Hi, welcome to Roy's Game Table. Today we have Scenario 2 of the Rise of the Red Skull campaign against Absorbing Man. So pull up a chair and let's go. As the dust settles at Project Pegasus, give up, Crossbones, game over. You fools, I never wanted the tech. I just needed to give Madame Hydra time to make off with the stone. And now I'm here to cover her escape. The tide of battle turned against Hydra after you arrived to aid the beleaguered S.H.I.E.L.D. soldiers at Project Pegasus. Crossbones has been captured and his army has been defeated, but Madame Hydra escaped the facility with an Infinity Gem. You chase her outside, but you are stopped short by the imposing form of Absorbing Man. The formidable villain has been hired by Red Skull to delay your pursuit. You will have to defeat him before you can recover the Infinity Gem. Alright, so we are continuing our campaign with the Rise of Red Skull. Obviously, Captain Marvel is back, and I'm going to do her in leadership again, and she'll be going up against Absorbing Man. I've already got everything set up. Dense Forest was the environment that came into play for the setup of his main scheme, and we got 2 threat on the start of the main scheme like I'm supposed to. Again, we're playing standard, so I'm going to do 1 and 2 because I haven't actually played any games against Absorbing Man, so I'm trying to learn him, and I just want to go through the campaign this time on standard. And I also included my emergency teleporter upgrade from my last game. As you can see, I've drawn my starting hand and I'm looking at it and I actually kind of like what I see. So I don't think I'm going to discard anything from my mulligan. I'm going to go ahead and start and use her commander ability to draw a card, and it's going to be lead from the front. All right, so I'm going to start by putting Hawkeye into play with Power of Leadership, and she will come in with 2 health. And then I'll flip to Captain Marvel, and I'm going to use Photonic Blast with 2 for Strength and 1 for Avengers Assemble to give me 3 to do that. So dealing 5 damage to him right away, 14 down to 9. And because I used a energy resource, I do get to draw a card, and it is Rapid Response. So I think I'll put that in with these other 2 resources. I'll have Captain Marvel and Hawkeye attack for a total of 4 to drop him down from 9 to 5. And that will actually drop Hawkeye down to 1. We'll ready and draw to 5. Okay, start of the main phase. We're going to go up to 3 here on the main scheme. And by the way, he only has 1 main scheme, so I'll lose if it gets to 12. And there is a forced response after resolving step 1 of the villain phase. Place 1 delay counter here. I'm going to use a die to show that. I'm going to put it right here so we're at 1. And then if there's a forced interrupt, when an environment enters play, discard each other environment card in play, okay? So I got to remember that. Now the environment that I have is a forced response, and after he makes an undefended attack, I have to take 1 indirect damage. So I think I will have Hawkeye defend, so I don't have to take that. So he's going to attack for 2, 3, 4, 5, so a total of 5, enough to knock her out. I don't think I'm going to use Rapid Response for her right now. I'd like to save that up for someone else. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep that. And then the encounter card is Family Emergency. So I'm going to flip to Carol Danvers. Exhaust to remove that from the game. That's good because now I can draw a card and I won't have to get rid of Alpha Flight Station, and maybe I can put Goliath into play and start using him. And it is back to Carol Danvers. So first thing I'll do is use her commander ability to make, okay, I have make the call. And I will put Alpha Flight Station into play with the make the call. Don't really well, actually, let's put it into play with the Cosmic Flight. And then I'm going to go ahead and use Alpha Flight Station. So exhaust Alpha Flight Station, choose and discard 1 card from your hand. I will choose and discard this 1 Rapid Response because I've already got 1 in play. And then I get to draw 2 cards because I'm Carol Danvers. All right, we got a Nick Fury and a Maria Hill. And then I'm going to put Nick Fury into play using Maria Hill, Goliath, and Crisis Interdiction, and make the call. And when he comes in, he'll come in with 3 hit points, and I'm going to have him draw me 3 cards. Okay, and good. So I was hoping I could get an ally into play this turn. It looks like I'm going to be able to. I will put Squirrel Girl into play with the power of leadership. And let's move this up here. So she'll come in with 2, and when she comes in, she deals 1 damage to each enemy. So that's going to be 1 to Absorbing Man. And then I'm going to have her and Nick Fury both attack. Actually, I'm going to have her thwart for 1. And then I will have Nick Fury thwart for 2 to go ahead and remove all the threat off the main scheme. So she'll drop to 1 and he'll drop to 2. Because I'm thinking of something I might do. If when Nick Fury defends against the next attack, I may use Rapid Response to bring him in and deal that last 4 damage. I may not. I may use it to bring him in and let me draw 3 cards to get Falcon into play next time or something. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do, but I am going to flip to Captain Marvel, and that'll be it. So I'll ready and draw to 5. Okay, start of the main villain phase. 1 threat on the scheme, and it'll move the delay counter up to 2. He's going to attack, and Nick Fury is going to take this. It's an attack of 2, just of 2. It's enough to defeat him. I will use Rapid Response to bring him back into play. He'll come back in with 2. I dealt 1 damage to him. I'm going to let him draw 3 cards for me. So 1, 2, 3. All right, so now I've got 8 cards. And I know he's going to go away at the end of the phase, but really I just wanted to draw cards, and I kind of like what I see. So I'll have to figure out what I want to do when I get there. But I don't do the forced response on Dense Forest because there was a defended attack. So the encounter card is going to be Caught Off Guard. Discard an upgrade or support you control. If no cards were discarded this way, this card gains Surge. So I'm either going to have to get rid of Emergency Teleporter, which was my upgrade, or Alpha Flight Station. And if I get rid of my Emergency Teleporter, I can't bring in an ally when I want to, but if I do it and I don't get to use it this game, I can use it in the future game. So I actually think I will discard Emergency Teleporter and possibly save it up for another game. So that wasn't too bad, and we are back to Captain Marvel. But before we go to Captain Marvel, Nick Fury has to leave the game at the end of the round, and now we're back to Captain Marvel. The first thing I want to do is put Spider-Woman into play, and I'll do it with Energy Absorption here with the 3 resources from that. She'll come into play with 2 and confuse Absorbing Man. Then I'll have Captain Marvel and Spider-Woman both attack for 2, so there's a total of 4. That will move him to a side 2. So let's go ahead and do that and see what comes up. When revealed, if Super Absorbing Power is in play, deal 1 encounter card to each player, and it isn't. Otherwise, search the encounter deck and discard pile for Super Absorbing Power and reveal it. Shuffle the encounter deck if it was searched this way. All right, so and he will come back in with 15 hit points. So I'll go ahead and set those. And then I'll go in and get, I think that's a side scheme. So let me go in and get that side scheme, Super Absorbing Power. And there it is right here, Super Absorbing Power, which means he gets the Ice, Metal, Stone, and Wood traits. And it has 3 threat on it because I'm in a solo game. So that I'll have to worry about that. But before I do anything else, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Before I do anything else, I'm going to use a Photonic Blast with Strength in Numbers, Lead from the Front, and Energy Channel, I think, for the 3 resources. And because I used Lead from the Front's energy resource, I will get to draw a card. But I'm going to deal 5 damage to him, so that's going to drop him down from 15 to 10. All right, and that'll come out of play. I'll draw the card, and we have the Triskelion. I'm going to flip to Carol Danvers and use Alpha Flight Station, exhaust Alpha Flight Station to choose and discard a card from my hand and draw 1 card. 2 is Carol Danvers, which I am. So I'm going to discard the Triskelion and draw 2. All right, well, I have Avengers Assemble, but I can't use it because I'm not in hero form, but that's okay. I am in Commander. I'm just going to go ahead and draw another card with her commander ability because I just flipped to see what I get, and I get a helmet. I think I will put in vision using these 4 resources that I have here. He'll come into play with 3 hit points. I'm going to have him and Squirrel Girl both attack for a total of 3, 2 from him, 1 for her, to drop him from 10 down to 7. So that will drop his hit points to 2, and Squirrel Girl will be knocked out of the game. And that's it. I'll ready up and then draw up to 6. All right, start of the villain phase. We have 1 threat on the main scheme. And after you do that, this will go up to 3 delay counters. He won't be able to scheme because he's confused. So the encounter card will be Shadow of the Past. Well, hopefully it won't matter too bad. But let me go ahead and put Yangrog into play, I guess over here. And then his side scheme will come in. I'll shuffle these in a second. Okay, so here's the side scheme that came in. It comes in with 4 threat. I'm just going to use a die because I don't really think it matters too much. I don't think he's going to get another turn. I'll tell you why in just a second. But Yanrog's here, and then I shuffled in the encounter cards from the Nemesis set. It is back to Captain Marvel, and he has 7 hit points left. So I've got a Photonic Blast that I can use for 5. So I'm just going to flip the Captain Marvel, attack for 2. He doesn't have guard or anything, so attack for 2 and then Photonic Blast for 3 resources for 5 for a total of 7, dropping him from 7 down to 0, and that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. Feels like another quick and easy game. I mean, this is standard, and I could have made a mistake, but I don't think I did. I've been doing the delay counters. I took the attacks. The Dense Forest never really came into play because I used a defender for both of the attacks. So it never did the direct damage, but she finishes with 12 health. It didn't even matter that Shadow of the Past came in because I won like on the 3rd round or something. I think I did everything right. It's just, it was standard. So that's the game, and the good news is I still have my emergency teleporter. I didn't get to use it, so I'll get to use that for a future game. I have heard that Zola's pretty tough, so that's not the next scenario, but the one after. So hopefully I'll be able to save it up for him and be able to use it for that. But I didn't use it in that game, so I still have my emergency teleporter. And that's it. So I'm going to go ahead now and show what the victory is and what the upgrades are. So let's go do that. Okay, as you can see there in the victory, record the number of delay counters on the main scheme and the campaign log. There were 3 delay counters that came out on the main scheme. And each player may choose one of the basic condition upgrades in the campaign set, attach it to their identity, and add it to their deck in the campaign log. So I'm going to show you what those 4 are, and then tell you which one I'm going to pick. And I will record the delay counters. I won't show that, but I will put the delay counters in the campaign log. So let me go get the conditions, and I'll show you which one I want to pick. Here are the upgrades that I can put attached to her identity and then put in my deck. And actually, they won't go in my deck because they all have the permanent and setup keyword. Permanent means that card can never leave play. So if caught off guard like I got in this past game, if it comes out, I can't choose to use whatever condition I pick here. I can't choose to discard that. It can't leave play. And setup means it will start in the game. It will, just like with my emergency teleporter upgrade, it will start the game in play. So they all have the permanent and setup keyword. They all will increase my hit points at a different level. And improved recovery upgrade will increase by 4 hit points. And my alter ego gets +1 recovery. Response: after you use your recovery, exhaust this card, draw a card. And then improved defense upgrade. Permanent and setup, you get +3 hit points. Your hero gets +1 defense. After you defend against an attack, exhaust this card, draw 1 card. And then improved attack upgrade, your hero gets +1 attack. And then the hero response: after you defeat a minion, exhaust this card, draw 1 card. And then the improved thwart upgrade, you get +2 hit points. Your hero gets +1 thwart. And then after you defeat a side scheme, exhaust this card, draw 1 card. So I was looking at it and thinking about it. Captain Marvel has a way to heal herself on her hero side, even if it is just for 1. When you discard an energy resource, she can heal. She already has a recovery of 4. And so I don't really think I'm going to use the improved recovery upgrade, although I would like the +4 hit points. She does start with 12. That's not too bad. I'm not going to take this one. And then improved defense upgrade. It would be nice to get that +1 defense because her weakness is 1 defense. But I'm thinking about doing leadership again in the next game and maybe the rest of the campaign. So I have ways to defend. And I don't really defend a whole lot with Captain Marvel, actually. A lot of times I just either take the damage or have an ally defend, or I'll have her upgrade in the Cosmic Flight to reduce damage. So I don't think I'm going to take improved defense upgrade, mainly because I like these other 2 we have here. The +1 attack and the +1 thwart. And it really just comes down to, I want to be able to draw a card when I defeat a minion, or do I want to draw a card when I get rid of a scheme? For what I understand, Zola's going to have a lot of minions, so this would be good for that. And I know that Red Skull's going to probably put out a lot of side schemes. This would be good for this. She has 2 attack and 2 thwart, so really neither is better than the other. But I think I'm actually going to go with the improved thwart upgrade, mainly because, for 2 reasons. One, it gives me +2 hit points instead of just +1. So I would like to have a higher max if I could on the card I take. So that is one reason why it gets the edge over the other one for me. But also, with 3 thwart, sometimes a lot of side schemes come in with just 3 thwart. Now that may not be the case in this campaign, but many times they do come in with just 3 thwart for a solo campaign, which means Captain Marvel would be able to take that side scheme out if they come out. If there is a 3 thwart side scheme that comes out, Captain Marvel can take that out by herself, and my allies and my events can do something else. So I'm going to take the improved thwart upgrade and add that to her. And that will do it for Scenario 2 of the Rise of the Red Skull campaign. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider to like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell because I do have 3 more scenarios coming out. The next one is against Taskmaster, so hit the notification bell so you can be ready for that one. And until that game comes out, I'll save you a seat at the table.